Peace. I'm back for another Car Chronicles. Everyone is experiencing happiness and peace. I don't know. I kind of was inspired. I have a bunch of thoughts, and like y'all who I talk to, right? So I wanted to share some of my thoughts. Where to begin? So I was thinking, right? When we meet people, I speak a lot about us being on a journey, right? Spiritual beings on a physical journey in this 3D reality. And we meet different people along the time that we've been here. And they serve different purposes. And as we continue to grow and evolve, our sight becomes clearer. If we're learning the lessons and we're doing the work and we're pursuing having clear sight, our sight actually becomes clearer. So we're able to see and identify different people, their energies, what they offer to us, what we see, we offer to them, what they may need from us. So I'm exploring this idea, and the majority of my time here has been me encountering people and being able to see and identify what the creator of the universe has divinely orchestrated for me to be able to offer to them, to be the vessel to give them, to assist them, to inspire life in them. And there's been some experiences where I've encountered the same in return, where I'm clear that, the divinity and what's happening, is bigger than anything in the physical that I can see. And there's a divine purpose for this interaction. And because I naturally operate from a base of being free, I'm like a butterfly, I freely move with the energy, despite what it looks like in the physical. I've been able to identify when these experiences happen. So I was really in thought about this because it's easy to get caught up in the rhythm of being the giver, right? Being the person that, Allah or the unseen or the universe has selected as a vessel to assist the next being, right? And to a point where it's like naturally, what happens. And some of us, it's part of our agreement, right? It's part of the duty and the purpose of why we came here, to be that light, to be that beacon, to be that person that is a vessel to be utilized at will to magnify life and to shine light where there's darkness, and to help heal. And simply, sometimes this is offer love, offer support and be a listening ear. It can manifest itself in many facets and many expressions. However, the essence is knowing that you're being utilized to assist someone else. So when that becomes your rhythm, you become accustomed to that. So when somebody comes into your world and they're offering something to you, it can seem a little foreign, I guess. However, the beauty of interacting with someone and they be able to see you is really a beautiful experience. In order for a person to be able to identify that, there's something that they can offer you, or something that they can add to you, or I would like to think, and I could be wrong, and as always, drop a comment below and let's have a conversation about it. I would like to think that they would have to see you, or at least have a glimpse, right? And when I say see you, for those that may not really understand or it may not click, see the essence of you, right? Not the physical body, not your funny looking teeth, or my yellow skin, or just to see the essence of who we are and what fuels us, right? For someone to be able to see that in me, in us, it's a hell of an experience. And I think when a being operates as a servant, right, a giver, as a healer, you're not looking for anybody to see you, nor are you used to or familiar with people seeing you. It's almost like, when you have a task and you put your head down and you just do the task and you focus on the task. It's like similar to that principle. So for someone to see, right, and I feel like I'm repeating myself saying the same thing over and over again, but this English language is so limited, right? Like these words they don't really do justice to what I'm looking to express. So forgive me if I'm sounding redundant. However, it's a freeing experience, right? It's a liberating experience. It's a rewarding experience, because it's like, I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing it naturally, and I'm doing it freely, and I'm doing it without any expectation of anything in return. And for someone to be able to see, right, and have a level of understanding of who I am and why I am, it's like that kiss on the cheek, or that hug, or that like token of expression of love from the universe, like reminding us, right, that although we may not feel this way often, like we are being seen, and we are appreciated for what it is that we're doing. And I'm thankful for the moments of being here where I get to experience things of that magnitude. They mean a lot. However, with that being said, the experience of being seen and then being able to interact and dialogue with the individual, and it not just be like, I don't want to say, well, the word that's coming to mind is spooky, right? Like, to be able to articulate why they say what they say, and why they, see what they see, and, why it resonates with them the way that it does, and it be tangible. I'm all about tangibility. So for it to be tangible, it bears witness that if we took the time, right, in our interaction with people, if we took the time to really see them, we could see them. Everybody makes a conscious choice when they meet a being on how they're going to handle that being, right? How they're going to interact, how they're going to respond, if they're going to make a priority, if they're not, I think consciously and subconsciously we meet people and we put them in categories. Some people we meet, we put them in a casual category. Some people we meet, they resonate to us as being special, and we put them in a different category, whether it be priority, or the category is considered special or unique, or whatever the case may be. However, we categorize people, and based on how we interact with them shows them what category we put them in, right? However, we choose how we interact with people, and we choose if we want to take the time to really see a person for who they are. And it just would be, it would be a beautiful world if more of us did that. if more of us took the time to really become familiar with who is in our presence. I think we would treat each other better. I think more of us would be open to giving love, receiving love. I think it would inspire compassion for others and ourselves if we would open ourselves up to get to know who each other is, and then explore why out of the billions of people on the planet am I connected with you? Like, why did I meet you? Why are you, in my space? Why am I allowed to be in your space? Why, if we were to explore that, I think there would be so much that would be gained from that. So much can grow and come for that. So much life can be magnified. And I think so much healing would take place, I think when a person is in a position where they feel safe to be vulnerable, magic can really happen. Because there's so much that of ourselves that we could share with others that we don't, because the world doesn't feel like a safe place to be vulnerable. And when many of us were vulnerable with someone, they didn't treat it right. They took it for granted, or they misused it, or mishandled it, or perhaps was ignorant or oblivious to what was even happening. But at the end of the day, the person was still affected. So that same openness to being vulnerable is not there. However, if we would, be vulnerable, be open, be more trusting, I think so much would come from that. And I've heard people, say they don't trust anybody, and, they don't trust people. And I mean, to a degree, I definitely get it, because it's a cold world out here, right? And there are some people that, are calculated in taking advantage of people, and they're just really not nice people, right? So I get it. We can't be out here naive, being young and dumb, right? We have to be, attentive and alert. However, the thought, comes to mind, at least trust yourself, trust you. Trust you, trust your judgment, trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your ability to discern, trust your heart, trust your ability to love, trust your sight, your ability to see, trust you, and then you trust in you, then you get to decide how you're going to navigate and interact with people. So if somebody thought they were getting over, they really didn't, because you allowed for that to happen for the reasons that you allow for it to happen. And oftentimes, people say, you can't get over on a person with a good heart, like a pure-hearted person. You can't get over on them. You just, messed yourself up from being able to experience a pure spirit, So, I don't know. Oh, willfully, this makes sense and it resonates. However, it's important that we shift. We shift our thinking. We shift the way we do things. We shift the way we interact and handle people. We can't be reckless with people. be reckless with people. You know, in this day and time, people are fragile, you know, and you never know what a person's story is. You don't know what a person has gone through, and the battles that they fight every day to wake up and to smile and to continue to push forward by putting one foot in front of the other. We don't know. So, you know, since you don't know, do what you do know. You know, what you do know is that, you know, treating people right is right. It's a positive thing, and people will benefit from you treating people right. You know, a smile goes a long way. A hug, man, a hug, a hug is very meaningful. I don't know if y'all can hear that truck, however. So yes, you know, do a check-in with you today, right? And evaluate, you know, how do you treat people? You know, what kind of experience do people have with you? You know, and when you're not around, you know, what do people say? Like, what do they think? You know, are you inspiring life? You know, are you know, offering a space of compassion and understanding and safety? Like, are you the person that's out here being reckless? You know, not considering people, not considering spirits, you know, and just, you know, being selfish, you know, and just doing what you want to do, and, you know, evaluate you. And if you don't ever share it with anybody or speak to anybody about it, you know, make a decision based on what you see from your evaluation, and be truthful. You know, the worst liar is the one who lies to himself. You know, so don't be that person. Be truthful with you. And in your truthfulness, make a decision on what type of person you want to be. What type of energy do you want to emit? Like, what type of energy do you want to be known for? What type of experience do you want people who meet you or interact with you, or that the universe or Allah sends you? What type of impression do you want to leave them with? You know, these are important things that we should evaluate, especially in 2022. The way that the world is right now, and all the uncertainty, and, you know, we need each other. You know, there is so much at play, and there's so much more that's coming, right? And at the end of the day, the greatest reward or gift, I'll say the greatest gift that we can receive is in the form of another person. It's not a physical thing that can be bought. It is the gift is what is inside the other person, that spirit, that entity, that the beauty of who they are and what they're able to add and offer to our life, their light, you know, what they can, just them being them, you know, in whatever way you want to process that. So with that being the case, you know, we should handle it with care. We should handle people with care. And I get it, sometimes life is stressful, and, you know, sometimes we don't always have the best outlets to deal with our stress, so we take it out on other people. We might lash out or whatnot. And, you know, if we can acknowledge that and then take the steps to bring balance to that, shift that, change that, to strengthen that part of ourselves, then that's all in harmony with the journey, right? Because every day we should be looking to be better and better and better, not stay the same and be complacent with, you know, that's just how I am, or, you know, whatever the case may be. However, I don't want to ramble, and it wasn't even my intention for this video to be almost 20 minutes long. However, it was on my heart, you know, it was in my thoughts, and it resonated in my heart chakra, and hopefully somebody else can connect with these ideas, and we can start a dialogue, right? We can talk about it, or we could just be about it, and then, you know, we can share updates on what's being experienced, and what has caused us to be the way we are, and what we're going to do to change it, and or the beauty that we experience from being free spirits, and treating people with care. So on that note, if this has been of any value to you, I would greatly appreciate if you like the video, if you share the video, if you subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified when other videos come out, and if you put that bell on, you'll get the notification quickly, almost like as soon as the video is posted versus whenever YouTube decides to show it. However, I will that in all that you are experiencing, that you have peace, right? That you have peace, and that you're experiencing forms of happiness that continue to inspire life in you. Because as we know, it's not easy being here in this physical reality. However, it's necessary, and you are important. You have a purpose, and having forms of happiness, or experiencing forms of happiness and experiencing peace, definitely lends itself to the longevity of us completing what we came here to do. So on that note, I will you enjoy the rest of your day or your night, and you wake up or go to sleep in a spirit that magnifies life within you and brings peace and contentment to your heart. On that note, love and peace.